Hello, I'm Sue Povell, and I'm going to tell you a story that I first heard told by the American storyteller Len Cabral. And it's called Lion, King of the Jungle. Lion woke up one morning. He felt uneasy. There was something bothering him, and eventually he decided the problem was that the other animals in the jungle did not respect him as king. And he thought that today was the day that he would make them see that he was. So he set off down the path that went through the jungle. It went this way and that way, through the trees and the bushes, this way and that way, till eventually it came to a place where it was on the edge of the plain. Now, out there on the plain was Zebra. Zebra was having a wonderful morning. The sun was warm on her back. The grass was juicy and sweet. She was calm, she was happy, she was probably not paying as much attention as a zebra ought to when they're out on the plain. Lion saw his opportunity. He puffed out his chest and he took in a breath that went right to the tip of his lungs. Then he let out a roar that had never before been heard in the jungle. Zebra, she was so startled she jumped 3 feet into the air, and when she landed back down, one of the stripes slipped right off her tummy down into the grass. "Who is king of the jungle?" said Lion. "Well, you are," said Zebra. "Everybody knows that you're king of the jungle, Lion. Everybody knows that," she said, looking from side to side to see how quickly she could get away and be free. "That's right," said Lion. "That's right, and don't you forget it." He puffed out his chest just a little bit more, and his shoulders were nice and loose as he set off down the path once more. And the path went this way and that way, through the trees and the bushes, and this way and that way, until he came to a place where a great tall tree grew next to the path. And from the tree a branch hung over the path, and on that branch was Leopard. And Leopard was fast asleep, one of his paws hanging loosely down from the branch, twitching a little as he dreamt. "Ah, said Lion, "I have another chance to show that I am king of the jungle." And he puffed out his chest and he took in a breath that went right to the tips of his lungs. Then he let out a roar that had never before been heard in the jungle. And Leopard, he was so startled he went straight in the air at least 3 feet. And when he landed back down on the branch, one of his spots popped right off and landed in the dirt on the path. "What was all that about?" said Leopard. "Well, I am king of the jungle," said Lion. "Well, I know that, you silly old fool," he said. "You didn't need to make so much fuss." "Well, that's right," said Lion. That's right. He wasn't quite sure about being called a silly old fool, but that's right, and don't you forget it," he said to Leopard. And then he puffed out his chest a little bit more, and his shoulders they loosened up as he set off down the path. And he followed the path that went this way and that, wending its way through the trees and the bushes, this way and that, till he came to a place where the path was next to the plain once more. And he looked out on the plain. There he saw a great she-elephant. Now the morning was warm and the elephant was flapping her ears to keep cool, and she was ripping that sweet juicy grass out of the ground with her trunk and placing it in her mouth and chewing. "Aha!" said Lion, "another chance for me to show that I am king of the jungle." And he puffed out his chest and he drew in a breath that went right to the tip of his lungs. And then he let out a roar that had never before been heard in the jungle. Well, the she-elephant was not very happy about this at all. Nobody roared at her, and this time she was flapping her ears in anger and rage, and she was swaying her head and her trunk in madness. How dare he speak to her like that? But Lion, he was oblivious. He was so bent on showing everybody that he was king of the jungle that he just called out to her, "Who is king of the jungle?" Well, this was the last straw for the she-elephant, and she trumpeted loudly and she set off right towards Lion. And when she got there, she picked him up in her trunk and she bashed him here and there and there and here, and then she threw him against a tree. And as Lion slid down the tree, he said, "It's okay, you know. You don't have to get mad just because you don't know the answer to the question." And that is the end of the story. Thank you.